All right, guys, gals, welcome back to SOS. I am Staff Sergeant Badass, and today got another awesome tops knives to show you. What could it be? What could be in the box? This thing's cool. This is the, I'm gonna rate this like top. This is something that all of you should have while you're camping with your family. It's a really great knife. Comes with the oil, 101% made in America. That's right, you want American made. That's the way it is. It ain't cheap and it ain't gonna break. That's the most important thing. Comes with a ferrocenium rod that is gangster. Look at that thing. They put a lot of thought into that. I like that. I like what they did there. They actually put the stuff in and melted it. That's pretty cool. Put a lot of thought into that. Smart people at Tops Knives. They handcraft these things. Let me pull this off over here. I like the sheath too. Now I do leathercraft videos. I have a leathercraft playlist. It's actually a leather playlist or something like that. A leatherwork playlist. I have made everything. I mean, I make exotic stuff. I don't make your typical run-of-the-mill folding type sheaths and stuff. I make exotic stuff, and some are by request from people through emails and things like that. And Tops Knives supports the channel, so I support them, and you need to go support them too and pick up a blade from them. Now, they make this in all kinds of colors, so don't freak out because you don't like lime green or anything, because they make a variety of colors. And the purpose for stuff like this is for marking terrain. That is one of the most important things. Like when you're, say you could possibly, the potential to occur, you know, you could get lost. Okay, so to keep you from getting lost, like, this is in case you forgot to bring any marking tape. You could utilize this if you needed to. It's just paracord. You'll get over it if you have to use it. And this thing is just straight up awesome. I love this blade. It's rugged. It's still made out of the high quality materials. It just has some color to it. And that's all it is. So don't freak out thinking that's some kind of cheap plastic or something, because that ain't. That is handcrafted material, just like all the other Tops Knives blades. I love this thing. It's a great knife. And the shape of it, I mean, you could use it for all kinds of stuff, purposes wise, because I do a lot of skinning with like small game, and that would definitely come in handy. It does take the shape of a lot of other blades. Their sheaths are always amazing. They always work. This is adjustable. You can move this any way you want, just like any other Kydex. And you have a great belt clip right here that's not going anywhere. And it rotates, so you can turn it around if you want to scout carry it. So there's nothing wrong with this sheath. I want to add to it today. I'm going to kind of keep it in its same form, sort of, but I'm going to add to it. I'm going to be doing something you can do. If you get one of these, you can add some survival tins to those as well. I'm going to do a double today, a miniature double. I was going to do something bigger, but I want to do something a little bit crazier. Something I haven't done the mini doubles before, so I'm going to do a mini double this time, because I've done, if you look back here on the wall, this is their Punisher blade right here, and the Punisher blade I made, it's a little dust on it. This has a double. This is a double survival tin, multi-purpose. I have a video on this one too if you want to see what all's in it, what's packed in it, and all that. But this is their Punisher blade, and this was a really, it's got a crazy, look at that lighter knot. It's huge. I found that actually. I was hiking and I found this pine that had just had like one dead end. I just like, I'm gonna take that off, and I took it, and I ended up busting it open, and in the center was this really nice lighter knot, and I kept that. So, but I get a lot of that stuff from around here because I do a lot of hiking. But anyway, Let's pull you over and let's see the details and let's get started. Don't want to bore you to death too much before we get going on this. Looks like overall blade is about 4.5, and your handle, your grippage, let's kind of go right there at the edge of it. It's 4 inches. Yep. And it does have a nice stop right there, so you don't get your fingers nipped when you you start getting all crazy with it. But this would be great. I mean, this is a great knife, and I highly recommend this one. Overall length, I'd say it's about 8.5. Yep, about 8.5-ish, something like that. And the case isn't too bad itself. So you got, so if you're looking for carrying, because you can actually conceal carry stuff like this too. You don't have to wear it on the outside, but it's just a standard knife. I mean, fixed blade, but around here in the United States, most places you don't get in trouble for stuff like this. So this size is adequate and sufficient and won't get you in trouble as bad as some other blades. Tennessee, we can have anything, so it doesn't matter. I could carry a daggum sword if I wanted to. We don't have knife laws at all. Switchblades, all that stuff, it's all legal. Anyway, but that's that. We're going to get started on it and come up with something crazy for it. I think I'm going to go with a dark brown. I have dark brown here. I'm not going to be using saddle tan. I like using the tans because I can actually make them darker. I can change the color of tan quite often. Sometimes I mix tan and brown together, and I have been known to make black sheaths before, but this time I'm going to be doing kind of try to stay in the fashion of this brown, so it kind of blends and get it done up right. But I just want to make sure I get some tins in here, you know, something related to fire, fishing, and things like that. And I have a few other items that I can add this time that I haven't added before, so I'm going to go play around with my boxes here. Things I'm going to be adding, I'm going to be using these 2 Altoids tins. I looked around. I had to find, I knew I had more of this stuff. Celox, and this is quick clot. And if you're bleeding and you can't patch it that quickly, this stuff will patch it up quick. And you do have to clean that stuff out before you proceed, like stitches or anything, but that would help you out in a situation where you don't have time. So I found a small one of the miniatures. You can actually get these. I found them on Amazon, and that's another thing, that it's one of those smaller things, that small bandage. That's just because I just want to throw it in there. A couple of these water purification tablets. I got an X-Acto knife here. I had to use electrical tape over it because it's going to cut through anything else. I don't want it damaging anything else. Standard fishing hooks, weights, you know, nothing too heavy. You don't want to pack it down, but you do want to have it with you. Strike anywhere matches. Those are almost impossible to find nowadays. I have a stockpile of them. I use them for reloading purposes, for reloading 22. I take off the match head and I reload 22 ammo with it. Over here I've got this right here is medical tape, but it's done in a sheet, so I can fold it up and carry it with me. Over here medically, I'm doing a gauze pad. I'm going to do some triple antibiotic, and I'm going to do this is a towelette so you can clean up, and then I'm going to do one of your standard full-size bandages, but that gauze will cover something larger when I need it. And then I also have a sewing kit, and I got some extra bandages here. I don't know if I'm going to include them or not. I just threw them over here. Now it's more water related. This is a towelette. It expands, becomes like a full-size rag, so you can use it for water purification or clean yourself up. This I'm going to be adding to the side. This is a good plus from this company here, Sierra. They make this is a water purification straw, and it's the size of a pen. You can just stick it in water and drink. And I'm also carrying, going to be doing a Whirlpack bag so that you can also process water with the aqua tabs on your way. Fire, also I've got these. This is beeswax in a huge cotton. You can break it up and start fires with it. I'm also for fire. I'm also including, I usually don't do this. I told you I'd add a few items that I don't normally add, like the Celox and this. I thought this was another good item to add, just for, you know, for fun. This is steel wool, and you can strike it with a ferro rod and it'll go up. You can light it, it goes up. You can, any spark will make it go up. Battery, make it go up. Any kind of battery, 9-volt battery, usually most people do that. But I got this in this little bundle over here. This is a magnesium capsule. This is a thing I always push. If you go to Stanford Outdoor Supply, this is, if it's not sold out, these capsules are full of magnesium. It'll burn through a 2x4, and I tell everybody, these things are crazy. I've tested it. I actually did it on video, and I have a video doing it. Ranger bands, because I'm going to need to seal the tins up, so those are also fire starters as well. This stuff over here, you could tear off slivers of this. This is a Spartan fire. You can get this in big rolls. It's real cheap. It's nothing expensive. It's easy to pack. You can put this little sheet in your wallet, and you'll have fire tinder with you. I've got some heavy test rolled up fishing line, snare wire, and this is jute string. So jute string, it works the same as jute, like your standard jute, like this. Except you take what you do to get jute string, you have to unravel this. So I made jute string. It takes up less room than this, and you don't have to lay it all in one big bundle. You can actually unravel little bits of it, and you can use it for other things, not just starting fires. So I like jute string a little bit better sometimes, especially when I'm making small kits. So now I just have to shove all this stuff in the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna do a flashlight. I always add a flashlight somewhere. You'll never know. I might. I don't know. All right, hang in there. We'll keep moving. This kind of slip. The first thing I wanted to do was come up with something. I don't know if this is the piece I'm going to use, but some kind of slip that allows me to utilize everything that I already have. And I made it where it just slips right into there, and you just slide it right back out. You just slide it off if you need to, so you can remove it. So it's kind of got a slit in it, so it just slips right in there. I'm trying to make something where you can just, you keep this intact, you don't do anything to it, and you have a sheath that you can slip onto your sheath. And then when you don't want to use that anymore, you've still got this. It just makes more sense. Glow in the dark pace counter. I do 5 beads. That makes 3 miles. Every time when you do a pace, you know, every time you get your pace, you bring one down, and then you just keep going until you get through all the 9. When you get through those 9, you come back over, and then you drop one of these down. So that's just the way that works. Now, for my when I make these, to keep the beads from sliding up and down, because sometimes this paracord's a little bit thinner. What I like to use, bowstring wax. And most people wouldn't think of that, but I use bowstring wax for this. This is glow-in-the-dark paracord, and those are glow-in-the-dark Jolly Rogers. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to, you know, some glow-in-the-dark stuff going on. A little green, trying to match with the green. So I'm just trying to bring it to life. Glow-in-the-dark paracord. It's pretty cool. Get this first part done.
Yeah.
A little stitching going on. I gotta add the next part. Faye's just trying to help.
Yeah, it's
hard at work. She's like, what do you got there? I don't want to play with it. Now I've got the flashlight carrier and the water filtration system holder. I think I've got this set up so you can see it better. This is it right here. Now I used a Ranger band to hold this in place. I just screwed that, sewed this in place, and you just take that off and get your filter out. And I did pace counter right here. Under here, you can get to, one says W, one says F, and it also has an M on this one as well. I think this one's medical too. Ferro rod went here, perfect.
And then I've got the flashlight here, and this is rechargeable. This just slides right out. It's a rechargeable flashlight, and it's also magnetic as well. I think it's got, yeah, you see it's magnetic, it's picking that up. Pretty cool. And that just slides right in there, like that. And I'm just bringing this down here. I just kind of did that. I could go over the top, I guess. And it would save a little bit more room. Just throw it over the other side, and then I could take this here. I was looking at other options. Take this here and slide it through there. That way it's not dangling all over the place. That's my only concern with that. And that keeps that out of the way, so it's not like banging all over the place. So I got that done. There's that, there's that. I showed you that. Thought this was neat. This is there's your thermometer, and then you've got your compass here, and you get your whistle, and you got a backup ferro rod in there with some spare tools. Let's get a couple of extra tools that most of these don't have. I found this and I decided to use it. Bottle opener. If you're at the campsite, you just need a bottle opener. I think about all those survival tools that come with the bottle opener. It makes me laugh. So I had to add the bottle opener just to make it. You stick your bottle in there and pop it. It's a pretty neat little item. It comes with a paracord. You know, you do like paracord looking around, you know, for items. This is one of those things. This still comes off like it's supposed to. Just like that, no issues. And then right here, I made this simple. You don't want to use it. Say you just want to take this off. You just go pop, pop, and then you just open it up, slide that out. You just pop it back together, just like that. Set it to the side, put your ferro rod back in there, and then voila. And then there you go. And then you just put it back together, same thing. Reverse your steps here. This slides right in that groove. See that? What I did there? I made it where it slides. You slide it right in the grooves there. It just locks. Kind of clicks. I just throw this over. Boom. And then boom. And that's all set up still. Put your ferro rod back in. Boom. Let's turn it around like that so it comes up in the front like that. And then boom. Just like that. Hey, please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Algorithms is tough because I've got a lot of kids. I got 4 kids. I work hard, and this stuff takes a long time to make. Please help me out. Please support, and please share the videos. Go back and watch some of the older stuff. Share those too. If you're watching this, I could use the help. I appreciate it. God bless. Take care. Stay sane.